Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Vibing After Dark _ with Mo. And tonight I'm gonna be doing a story time of how I was a side chick for 6 years, almost 6 years, something like that. Anyway, let's get right into it. So it started when I was like 19. Yeah, I think I was 19, and I was working at this truck stop. And the dude came in the store and he tried to talk to me, and I wouldn't give him a chance. And my best friend at the time, she was like, go ahead and talk to him. He being consistent. He coming in like every day or whatever, trying to talk to you. And didn't want to give him a chance because he wasn't my type. Kind of really didn't have a type, but he wasn't it for me. I just didn't see it happening with me and him. But like I said, he kept being consistent. And so I finally started talking to him. And let me see what name I'm going to give him. I'm going to say Alex. I'm going to give him Alex. So he came in, he was consistent or whatever. I finally gave him the time of the day. So we started talking. He started calling, texting, coming in the store every day. And we became cool. The first red flag was he didn't tell me the truth about his age. He said he was, I think, like 26, 25. And mind you now, I said I was 19. He said he was like 25, 26 up in that area, which he didn't even look that young. He looked like he was in his 30s or whatever. So I let it slide. I ain't the type that really dig. I don't dig. Anybody can cheat on me because I don't dig. But yeah, he storied about his age. And I kept on talking. Later down the line, I found out. And he also storied about his kid's age. He had 2 kids, a girl and a boy. And he made like they was like 10 and 12 or something like that. Come to find out, way down the line, they was almost my age. His oldest was like 19. No, at the time, his oldest was like 17 or 16. And then they was 2 years apart. So he had his first kid at 15. And then he had the other one at 17. Anyway, he storied about his age and he storied about the kid's age. We still was talking. It was good. We had clicked. Like, we really did end up clicking. Like, to say that he wasn't my type and I didn't give him a chance at the time of the day, we really did click. Like, we really did click. So it was all good. We was talking for a while, and it was like, fast forward, maybe like a year into our relationship, I started questioning him because he never let me come to his house. I never met his family. And I was just questioning him like, okay, we done been together this long. You always come to my house. We always do things together. Why I can't come to your house? He used to just like make up an excuse and be like, oh, where I'm from is dangerous. I wouldn't want you out there. Like it's dangerous. Like, that was his excuse. It's dangerous. He didn't want me to come around because it was dangerous where he lived at. So I'm like, if it's so dangerous, how you let your kids come around? Why you still living there? Like, things like that. And so I'm like, naive. I just went along with it. Ain't really questioned too much about it until like, it was sporadically. I used to say something about it, but I mean, like I said, we seen each other all the time. He'd come through the store. He'd come to my house. Things like that. We've been seeing each other, so it's like I wasn't really questioning it at all. And things started to like pop up. Like, he got close with my dad, my family, and my family was like big into racing, and he wanted to get into racing. So he started going to the track or whatever, and he got close with my family. And some of his friends would come up to my daddy and would tell him things about he had a wife, or he had like, yeah, they was their wife. They was their wife. Really, he really wasn't married, but they was together for so long that everybody said they was married or whatever. And so I would question him about it, and he was like, oh, basically, you know, they come in the store, they trying to talk to you too, and they hate to see people happy. I ain't married, you know I ain't married. Mind you, the lady that he was talking to, he had her name tattooed on his arm. But it was like, I don't know, I don't want to say these names. I'm going to just say it. The tattoo he had on his arm name was Joy. ... That was half of the girl name. The lady name. That was half of her name. And come to find out that they was together, but they really wasn't seeing each other like that. She was a traveling nurse, so she was never in town. So I guess that's in the first place why he was talking to me or whatever, because I was available. She wasn't never home. So that's how, like, I didn't know for a long time. I didn't know that he really had somebody, because he was with me. Like, I was the only chick. Like, we used to see each other all the time. We used to talk on the phone all the time. Like, on my way to work in the morning time. Well, I was in college too, so I would go to college and I would go to work. But anyway, he was a truck driver, so he drive all the time. Starts at night. So soon I wake up in the morning, we on the phone. On my way to class, we on the phone. In between class, we on the phone. On my way to my job, we on the phone. In the days that I wasn't in school, we seen each other. So it's like we seen each other all the time. We was together like all the freaking time. So it really wasn't like I didn't know. I really didn't know. Like I said, the red flags was me not going to his house and me not meeting his family. So I used to complain about that. So he finally let me meet his son or whatever. It was like a year later. I finally met his son or whatever. But you know how men is. They'll let you meet the son, but they ain't gonna let you really meet the daughter. Because the son, they ain't gonna say nothing. They ain't care. They gonna let it go however it play. They ain't gonna say nothing. They don't care. So I met the son. It was just like, okay, I felt a little happy. Like I met somebody. So I was a little happy or whatever because I met somebody out the family. And like I say, we continued to vibe. It was good. It was good. And let me see. It was just more little stuff that kept coming to like my daddy. Like when him and his friends would get into it, they would just come to my daddy and tell my daddy things. And then they came and told my daddy that, oh, he got the wife pregnant. So I'm like, okay, he's not married. We seen each other all the time. When do we have time to see somebody else? And so I asked him about the pregnancy or whatever. He was like, no. Later on, he gets a tattoo with the child name on him. So I'm like, well, who is this child with wings on it? Or I'm like, who is this child? You only know, who is this name, basically? So the lady ended up getting pregnant, but she had a miscarriage. I don't know if she had a miscarriage. I don't know if she had a stillbirth or whatever. Because like I say, he's storing about everything. So I don't really know what happened to the kid. I just know the kid didn't make it. He did get the tattoo. And he told me that that was the first kid that he ever had. He lost. And I know that didn't sound right. But like I said, when you in love, you're dumb. You believe whatever they say. And you just roll with it. Like it don't even, like, whatever. So that was a couple of the red flags right there. And I'm trying to think of what was next. So still ain't went to his house. So like I said, sporadically I would ask about it. Okay, so I started asking about it. And he finally came out and told the truth after I said I was leaving him, because it was like, I'm going on like 2 years now. I ain't been in your house yet. So that's really like odd to me. You're a grown man. You got your own place. Why haven't I never been to your house? So that was real odd to me. So he finally had me come to the house. But at that point in time, I was like ready to be just over. So I started talking to somebody else. Like I said, I was done. Like I was really, really, really done. After he explained to me. Oh yeah, he did explain to me. He was like, I did have somebody when I met you, but we don't get along. She was a traveling nurse. Like we ain't really together now. And he was like, the house, why I never let you came to the house is because it was like it's both of our house together. So I don't want to disrespect her even though we're not together. I don't want to disrespect her and bring you to the house. So that's when I was like, I'm done. I'm over this. Like, you could have told me the truth. Why you wait till, like, I fell in love with you and then you just now telling me this? So that's what happened. So I started talking to somebody else. So I used to always try to get over him by talking to somebody else, but it would never work. So I met this other dude. He was older too. He was actually older than him. Well, now that I think about it, they really was about the same age. Like I say, Alex story about his age. So this other one I met, he ain't story about his age. We click like that. How Boosie said, like, that was my little yeah. That was my little yeah. So we had click, like, we really had click. So he was the only one that could make me, like, get over him. And so once Alex started realizing that, I ain't about to, like, sit here and keep taking this. So I was moving on. He got crazy. He started, like, popping up at my job, coming to my house, sending flowers to my job, apologizing, telling me he loved me. He wanted me to still be there, still be with him through all of this. And guess what I did? Like a dummy. Like, kind of slowed down talking to my little yeah and started back with him, thinking that he was going to leave this girl because he really had loved me, because we really was like that. We really was like that. Like, it clicked. Like, we really was like that. Like, we was all in the same, like, country living type people. He would hunt. I ain't like hunting, but I did went with him. We would hunt, ride four-wheelers, like, see each other, like, all the time. When he would come into my job, soon we see each other, it was, like, all smiles from both of us. So that's how close me and Alex was. So I kept talking to Alex or whatever, and I stayed. I kept talking to him. So, like, at this point in time, like I said, it was never no issue with me even, like, running into this girl, knowing about this girl. Like, it was nothing. Like, she never called or none of that stuff. So it's like, okay, maybe they don't really talk. Maybe he just was scared to tell me, like, the truth about what was really going on, and they really don't talk like that. So, like I said, I continued to talk to him or whatever, but then after about, like, year 3, he started wanting me to come to his house, and I was like, no, because it's still, like, her house too, so I'm not coming there. I didn't feel comfortable going there, which I did went a couple times, but it was never like I was staying the night or nothing like that, because I really just didn't feel comfortable with staying over there. It's somebody else's house too, which I was wrong for that, because she could have just popped up and, do whatever. So I felt wrong for that, but I still used to go a couple times. And so I was complaining about meeting his family, his mama or whatever. So he let me meet his mama, but that was just like a little short, quick thing, and that was that one and only time. Then his sister ended up passing away. So this is when I really felt like a side chick for real. I'm like, okay, well, I really don't know your family like this. I never really met the sister. I never met the sister. I only met your son, and I only met your mama. Now she done passed away. I'm supposed to be in love with you, but I can't come to the funeral. I can't come to the funeral. So I don't want to argue with him because he's going through the grievance of his sister. But at the same point in time, if I'm supposed to be your girl, why can't I come to the funeral? That really did something to me. Sorry, take a drink. But yeah, I couldn't come to the funeral, so that really bothered me. So I kind of, like, backed off for a little bit, cause, like, that really opened my eyes too. Like, why you talking to this dude and you can't even come around? So I started back talking to my little yeah, cause I felt like you ain't about to one up on me. You ain't about to get me. So I started talking to him. Me and him start cooling on kicking it and all of that. So, like I say, once we started back talking, and I was, like, slowly getting over Alex, here he come again, being crazy, blowing my phone up when I'm around the other one. So the other one was like, you want to continue to finish this off, because basically he can't have me being with him and this one right here keep blowing up my phone. So me and him stopped talking. Me like a dummy feeling sad because he was like, oh, I just lost my sister and this and that, this and that. So I like, whatever. So I stayed again. Well, I started back talking to him again. And at this point, it was like he started not trusting me now because I kept going back to the other one. But I'm like, well, there's a reason why I can't come around. So I'm not liking this either. Like, I can't come around. And then it was like a long story short with him and my daddy. Listen, y'all. My daddy found out about him with this girl and didn't even get mad at all about him and this girl. But they had like a little racing little thing going on, and he got mad with him about that. And then he didn't want me to talk to him because of the racing thing that they had going on, not because he hurt his daughter feelings about this other girl. Man, that's crazy. But yeah, like I really stayed. I really stayed for like almost like 5 years. But like I said, it was good. It was real good. But it was just the fact that it was still that girl in the picture. But like I said, the girl never like called like that. It was never no interference or nothing like that. So it's like that's another reason why I end up staying. So I'm gonna say like after year 3, I did know or whatever. Like around the time when his sister died, it's like I kinda did know or whatever. And then that's when she started. She did start it. After a while, she did start it, but she started calling. Like we was getting a room, we was in hotel rooms and staying together and going out together, and she did started calling and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, now you getting a little bit too bold. You answering the phone and stuff like this when she calling. But guess why? She was pregnant. She was pregnant, y'all. She was pregnant. And so he did ask me one time out the blue, and he was like, "Well, what could I?" It was just like a question, like, "What would I do that would be so wrong enough for you to leave?" And when he asked that, I already like knew it was something. But he was like, "What if I tell you I had a baby on the way?" And I was like, "So you got a girl pregnant or something?" He was like, "No, no, no." And I'm like, ain't nobody gonna ask that just out the blue. Just ask about a baby. Like, would you leave if I have a baby? Nobody gonna ask like that out the blue. So you got to have her pregnant. So he was like, "No, no, no. I was just playing. I was just playing. I'm just trying to make you mad." Why would you try to make somebody mad? I hate people that try to make people mad. But anyway, so I was like, if you really got her pregnant, it'll come to light. Sooner or later, it'll come to light. So my cousin had lived down the road or whatever, and he was married too. And then his wife used to come to my sister to get her hair done. She knew the girl that he was talking to or whatever the whole time. And so every time she would come, she would like spill some tea about them, or she was Facebook friends with them. So she was like, "Yeah, well, I seen them on Facebook together and they still together." Oh, it was a time when it was her birthday. He cut his phone completely off, made me look like a fool. He cut his phone completely off. It was during hunting season. Like I said, he would go hunting every Saturday. Most of the time, either I would go with him or, like I said, we on the phone all the time. So this particular Saturday, his phone was going straight to voicemail. Me like a fool, I'm getting upset and thinking something really wrong. I'm calling like his friend to figure out where he's at. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that, because that make you look like a fool. I had really looked like a fool doing it. This nigga was in Atlanta celebrating his girl's birthday. Wow, I'm thinking something wrong. And he just really in Atlanta celebrating her birthday. But anyway, yeah. My cousin wife told. She came over and told while she was getting her hair done about that. So I brought it to him. Mad. Stopped talking to him again. Ended up back talking to him again. I kept talking back to him. I was getting my lick back. With my like, yeah. I was getting my lick back each time. That made me feel like I was doing something better. It just made me feel better by doing it or whatever. It wasn't right. 2 wrongs don't make it right, but it made me feel better. So, yeah, she came over and told. So one day I was at work or whatever, and this is like I say, within the 5th year or whatever. This is like when we was close to breaking up. I did ask God because for some reason I could not stop talking to this dude. I could not like stop. So I had prayed to God like to let something happen to him or our relationship for me to like break those ties and just leave him alone. I didn't want nothing bad to happen to him. I didn't want him to get hurt. I didn't want him to die. I didn't want me to die. I didn't want me to get hurt. But I just wanted something to happen to wake me up and realize to leave this nigga, like, because he's obviously not leaving this girl or whatever. Whether they seen each other minimum or whatever, he wasn't stop talking to her. He wasn't gonna stop talking to her. So yeah, I was at work and my sister called me and she was like, Alex got a baby, had a baby. So me, I was like, shoot. I remember he had said that, so I was like, I wouldn't doubt it. And so as soon as she hung up the phone or whatever, she sent me the picture. Baby looked just like him. Just like him. And the girl had just had the baby like 2 days before. So I'm like, look at God. I wasn't even hurt. I didn't cry. I wasn't mad. I just called him and I was like, so you really did have a baby? So he, what you mean? Like, what you mean? Man, I ain't know what you talking about, man. I don't know what you talking about. I said, ain't no need to keep storing. Like, you done had basically said it when you was trying to see how I would react when you had asked me this the first time. Man, that ain't my baby, man. That ain't my baby. So I sent him the picture like he ain't already seen the picture. I sent him the picture. So you trying to tell me this baby don't look just like you? Who the baby daddy? If it ain't you, who the baby daddy? Man, that girl been messing around with other people, man. We wasn't even having sex like that. We wasn't even doing that. Nigga, you're busted. Like, why'd you still storing? You're busted. Might as well tell the truth, because the last time I'm about to talk to you right now, so just tell the truth. Man, I'm gonna get a blood test. That might be my baby. That might not be my baby. I don't know. We only had sex like twice, and I only had sex with her because you've been going back to this nigga. I couldn't trust you. Now it's my fault. Now it's my fault. Whatever. So that's my story, you guys, of how the short version of the long 6 years that we was talking. It was all good, but he couldn't leave this girl alone. She was a traveling nurse. She was away. She was really never around. So that's how it took so long for like this to end, because she really wasn't in the picture most of the time. Majority of the time, we spent all of the time together, but he did find some time to still make a baby. So that's my story of being a side chick for 6 years. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you don't care to share it anyway, because somebody might care. Somebody might be a side chick too. There's plenty of side chicks out here. So bye.